Hey guys, this video is just completely a response follow-up to Cody's decode on the V for Vendetta, and I'm not gonna be decoding it as in depth as he did. He did an amazing job. Please go watch it. Please go watch it. And here's, if you don't know what I'm referring to, it's this video right here. It's an amazing decode, just like all his decodes. But while watching it, I just found something that it applied to myself. Like you guys probably know, if you're familiar with my channel, that's what I've been focusing on more so lately than just like outside stuff. I've been really focusing on my life. And when I see decodes like from other people, I use those as like little clues as to, like, because I would not have even looked at V for Vendetta if it wasn't for Cody, and that's been how a lot of the connections I've been making have been with like him and Casey, and like a lot of the community will be decoding something I would not have decoded on my own, and then I find a crazy connection to that with myself. So he's talking about the 5th of November, like in the movie it says remember the 5th of November, and so 115. Like I started the video showing that my name equals 115. It's just gonna get really crazy, I promise. So and he was connecting the movie V for Vendetta to Venus. There's been a lot of Venus symbolism since the anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign, which was a Venus transit, which was on June 3rd, 2024. We're gonna get into that a little bit later. But yeah, you see Lucifer equals 115, and there's a interesting connection with Lucifer and Venus because they're both referred to as the morning star. And then Phosphorus equals 115. So the 115 is huge. And he was talking about explosives in this video, like in the V for Vendetta. The guy he blows up the parliament, and so then I started thinking about nuclear too, because I forget what cipher it is, but yeah, check out, you guys can check that out, it's just insane. But yeah, nuclear equals 115. And so I started thinking about this verse. This is the verse that started my whole decoding journey, and it was thanks to the channel 7711, and his channel is based on this verse, and he's the only person I see talking about it like as in depth as he does. Some people do every now and then, but I think he's the only channel that's the center of his channel, and it was like at the beginning of mine too. So the way that this connects to nuclear is because of wormwood. I will read the verse. So, and the name of the star is called wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood. Many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. And wormwood, the Ukrainian word for wormwood is Chernobyl, like the Chernobyl nuclear disaster. And there's a lot of other ways that this like implies nuclear, but yeah, that's what came to my mind because I was thinking about the 115. When I was watching Cody's video, he was talking about 11.5 and the blowing up aspect. And yeah, so I was thinking about like nuclear in this verse. So the ordinal value of this verse is 1377. So I'm gonna convert that into the date 1377, like 1377. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna convert that into the date 1377, and we're gonna use the year 1777. So just a heads up, but yeah, it's still gonna be 1377, and we're gonna be looking at the release of V for Vendetta, 3/17/2006. So here we go. Like, this is just absolutely insane, and this is proof that God's real. This is proof of God even more. So from 1377, just like I showed you, to the release of V for Vendetta, it's the amount of weeks that matches my dad's birth day, the day he was born. He was born January 19th, 59. He was born January 19th, 59. How the heck? And did I not just make a video showing the crazy synchronicity that I had with my dad and the 307th birthday of Freemasonry? And it was 307. I might be showing it again later, but yeah, it was the 307th anniversary of Freemasonry, 307 weeks exactly after the first episode of Lodge 49, was about a guy named Sean who loses his dad, and on that day, I turned 1707 weeks, the exact same age that my dad was when I was born. And I'm going to show how all those numbers connect to all this. So how the heck is it that this verse that's about nuclear, that implies nuclear, that started my whole decoding journey, from the date of that matches that verse, or yeah, the ordinal value of that verse to the release of that movie is the amount of weeks exactly. Look, it's exact. Sorry if the volume is a little softer. I think I was clipping, so sorry if there was an audio adjustment, but that's like, like I don't know what to say. And then not only is that just like an arbitrary connection, but Cody was showing how connected that movie is to Venus. And when I made that decode with my dad in Freemasonry, and how it connected to Lodge 49, that was connected to Venus, because the 49, the magic square of Venus, is a 7x7 grid. All the numbers between 1 and 49. So let me just keep going. Okay, so this verse is the 3839th verse of the whole Bible. I've shown that a few times, but it's the 30,839th verse of the whole Bible. And I'm going to convert that into this date, 3/8/39. So from 3/8/39, just like this is that, to my birth, it's exactly 631 months, and that's the 105th prime. Whoops. It's a 105th prime. Just like nuclear equals 115, my name equals 115, the 5th of November, when he blows up the parliament, like, and just to move on, just keep going. So 6:31 p.m. It equates to 18 hours 31 minutes into the day. And look at this, it's also 66,660 seconds into the day. That's pretty interesting. So yeah, when you go back to 1839, it's 1831 months. That's not super unique. It's pretty much how it is with, like, I don't know about any time, but yeah, I mean, if you were at like 7:31, and then that's 1931, it would be like, it would do the same thing. But yeah, it's just really interesting, this connection that 115 connection that I have with this date that matches the verse, like the number that Revelation 8:11 is in the whole Bible, 30,839. But this is super interesting, this 1831, and I'll show you in a bit, or I'll explain it now. Yeah, so going back to the 255th anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign, which was on June 3rd. June 3rd, 2024. It's already been almost a month. That's crazy. But I started a new job at a company, and the address is 1831. So there's a lot more to it. What's interesting is that the Revelation 12 sign had to do with the woman of the apocalypse, and she's pregnant. And at this job, I was hired because I was replacing a girl who got promoted, but also she was going on maternity leave because she's pregnant. And there's so much of it that so much lines up. But if you go from the day that I started that job at this address to 1377 in the future is 631 months. It's absolutely perfect. And again, 631 is 18 hours 31 minutes, and that is the address of where I started, where I work. I'm sure that's probably a bad idea to, maybe it seems like a bad idea for me to dox myself like that, but I don't know, it's so key to this whole puzzle, and I feel like I trust everyone who watches my channel. I don't have a lot of followers or like a big reputation to where it's like there's a bunch of random people. I think the only people who really watch me are you guys, the ones who um, who know me, and I think the only ones who are here are just genuine people. I know there might I'm it's risky, but whatever, doesn't matter. Um, so it's unbelievable, you know, that um it's unbelievable. There's a lot more, so let me move on. Okay. So again, this is the Revelation 12 sign, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And another thing I just will say it. So at my job, in my department, it was me and 3 other girls, and one of them was named Rose, like Venus Rose. One of them was named Selena, and Selena is a moon goddess, and the other one is named Helen, and Helen is a solar goddess. So it's all 3 of those: Venus, Sun, and Moon. This is the Venus transit, and then the Sun and the Moon under her feet, and I probably might make another video about that. So this is when you go forward, but when you go back to 1977, it's 569 months, and that is unbelievable because the verse that I just read, this was the Revelation 12 sign, it equals 569. That, I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Do you guys see that? You guys seeing this? From 1377 to the anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign when I started my new job, and so again, the Revelation 12 sign, it was the Venus transit. It was in 1769, and again, this is 7-1 discovered this. June 3rd was the Venus transit, and then June 4th was the eclipse. So then on June 4th, it was a span of 404, exactly 404 lunar months after my mom went to the hospital to give birth to me. So this whole thing is just absolutely insane. And I failed to mention before, but yeah, so the 404, there's 404 total verses in Revelation, so that's huge. And I happen to start on that like June 3rd. Yeah, so again, 569, and then Revelation 12:1 equals 569 in keypad. And Zenith of the Alpha, he's really convinced me of the importance of the keypad cipher, so thank you so much to him. And what are they gonna do? Okay, I should put that there. Yeah, so the 138, hopefully you guys remember how important that is to the Venus rose pentagram that's formed. That's the ratio. Let me have it somewhere. Okay, so Earth and Venus have a near orbital resonance of 13:8. That is how. That's how the rose is formed, from that ratio 13:8. So So 138, the prime factorization is 2 times 3 times 23. And this matches the date 2 3 23. Okay, matches that. And on this date was this event here, the Ohio train derailment, 2/3/23. And what makes this crazy is two reasons. One, they were calling this the Chernobyl of the Midwest. Okay, so there were some people were claiming that this was the Chernobyl of the Midwest. Mainly the right was, and then the people on the left were saying that the right was over exaggerating about it. But and it had to do with people were angry because they weren't, or the Biden was more focused on giving money to Ukraine instead of helping the situation, which was a domestic thing, and that Ukraine has to do with Chernobyl because that is where Chernobyl happened. So that's one. But the second thing is that on this day, on Instagram, I reached 1,377 followers, and I was like keeping my eye on it because I was like, oh, I'm almost at 1,377. Like I knew about that number, and then this happened on the day that it happened. So I'm gonna show you the post. This was the post right here. All right, I have to do this really fast. This is about the crazy thing that happened to me today. And if you guys have been watching what I've been posting lately, it's been all about Revelation 8:11, or the number 8:11. So the gematria value of that verse is 1377. It's a really big number. And I just got today on 2/3/2023, I hit 1,377 followers. And let me show you why it's really, really crazy. Okay, so I showed you that on this day, the Ohio train derailment, I reached 1,377 followers on Instagram. And when you go from that day, and then just don't forget the most important part of that is the 138, the prime factorization is 2 times 3 times 23, like 2/3/23, and that was 881 weeks before, the movie V for Vendetta, it released 881 weeks before that date. And that's really interesting because that is the 152nd prime number, and V for Vendetta equals 152. Just perfect. Absolutely perfect. And this is really interesting because if you haven't seen the video that I posted that was like, the most important video I've ever made with my dad's face on it, please watch it as soon as you can. But like I mentioned, that synchronicity had to do with this number 1707, because this is how many weeks old my dad was when I was born, and on the anniversary of Freemasonry I was that same age. And so I turned that into this date. And when you go from that date to the day that Cody posted the video, the decode of V for Vendetta, totally separate. I did not know when he was going to post it. No consultation, nothing. It was exactly 912 weeks, and that is crazy because V for Vendetta also equals 912. So this whole thing with my dad is friggin' crazy. It is crazy. I don't know how this stuff is happening, but it's not it's not nothing. It's not a small thing. It's a huge thing. Just like this wasn't even my decode. Like Cody decoded V for Vendetta. Had nothing to do with it, and I wouldn't have known about this stuff if he didn't do that. And like I don't know. So again, the thing that happened with so keep in mind these numbers, the 507 and the 307. This is what had to do with the synchronicity, because it was the 307th anniversary of Freemasonry. And 307 minutes into the day is 5:07 a.m. and 5:07 p.m. is 17 hours and 07 minutes. Like 17 hours 07 minutes. And so yeah, I was 1707 weeks on the day that Freemasonry turned 307 years old. So I'll show you that real quick. This is when Freemasonry was founded. And then going back to my birthday, this was how old my dad was when I was born. So you go to 1/19/1959. So the same. And going back to the 307. So the show that was about the guy who loses his dad. Remember, 6/24/2024. 307 years. And from the first episode of Lodge 49, so it was 307 weeks. Yeah, 300. It was 307 weeks. And now keep in mind the 307, 507, 1707. Well, the 507, because Lodge 49, it was about Lodge 49. Magic Square Venus is a 7x7 grid. All the numbers between 1 and 49. And when you go from 7/7/49 to my birth, it was 507 months. Okay. Now we're gonna look at Natalie Portman. She was the main character of V for Vendetta. This is her birthday, June 9th, 1981. So now I know, like literally, like this is her birthday, but if you go, it's the night before, so it's the night before she was born. Okay, so you can like if you want to say I'm reaching, by all means, but like I'm just gonna show you how crazy this is. Okay, so I showed you the 1707 with my dad, and then how it synced up with when Cody where was it? Yeah, so when Cody posted his decode, so 1707, okay? So literally the eve of her birth, the night before Natalie Portman, the main character of V for Vendetta, was born, to 1707 is 307 months. You know, like, just like that whole, like, that number has been huge to me. And I showed you, just please, like, watch that video, like, when you get a chance. So now, that was going from 1707, the number that was super synced up with my dad. And now when you go to that same, the eve of her birth, and then when you go to this date that I showed you that represents Revelation 8:11, 3839, because Revelation 8:11 is the 30,839th verse of the whole Bible. 507 months. So the person who's the main character of V for Vendetta, is synced up with Revelation 8:11 with the same numbers that I'm synced up with my dad. And I don't even know how like, you guys see where I'm coming from? Do you guys understand how crazy this is? Like, hopefully you guys understand. I need to move on because there's so much, but, you know, again, this is her birth, so the eve of her birth, but still, it's like insane. 307 months, and I showed you that 307 minutes into the day is 5:07, and then 5:07 p.m. is 17 hours 7 minutes. It's hard just to, I don't even know where to start to bring it all back together, but it's, you know, this was from 7/7/49 to my birth, 507 months, and that's the magic square Venus, and then everything that Cody just showed about the movie had to do with Venus, and then it's hard to, so from her birth to 1707, 307 months, the eve of her birth, and then 3839, this represents Revelation 8:11. And remember, on this, like, from this date to my birth, it was 631 months, the 115th prime. And then the movie that she's all about, V for Vendetta, that she's the main character of, is all about remember the 5th of November, 11/5. Like, what the heck? And her name equals 507. So there's that. Now let me show you something about this 307 that's crazy. So the 307th prime is 2027, like the year. So we're gonna look at this date, 3/7/2027. Okay. So this was one of the debuts of the movie, as you can see here. The Berlin Film Festival, February 13th, 2006. So from that from that premiere to 3/07/2027, just like I showed you here, it's 1099 weeks, and that is very interesting because divine feminine equals 1099 in Fibonacci. Like, absolutely insane. V for Vendetta equals 469 in Fibonacci, and the 469th prime is 3329. And so in Cody's video, he was talking about how that movie is pointing to this date, which is the election. And on that date, I'll be 33 years, 29 days. The 469th prime, and V for Vendetta equals 469. So what are the freaking odds of that? And the 469th minute of the day is 7:49. Like how, again, like how the magic square of Venus is 7 by 7 grid, numbers between 1 and 49. So there's a really huge connection with this and the Venus numbers. And from my birth to that premiere, the Berlin premiere of the movie, 749 weeks exactly. It's unbelievable, guys. And then there's another, this, I guess the first major premiere was this date at this film festival. Whatever. But yeah, November 11th or December 11th, 2005. Sorry, I'm doing this because my webcam is blocking my browser. So it was 170 months and 5 days. That's really interesting because that has to do with Venus as well. For one, Revelation 17:5 talks about Mystery Babylon, and this is the same woman of Revelation 12:1, the Revelation 12 sign, and the 17:5. That has to do with the magic square of Venus, because the numbers associated with Venus are, well, all the rows, every row, and when you add all the columns, they all sum to 175. So 4 plus 29 plus 12 plus 37 plus 20 plus 45 plus 28 equals 175. And then every column, same thing, and every row, same thing. So 175. So I think it's totally strategic that Revelation 17:5 is about Mystery Babylon. And the 175th minute of the day is 2:55, like the Revelation, like the 255th anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign. And rose equals 255. This is the Venus rose. Also, it's all, so from my birth to that same premiere, the first one of V for Vendetta, it's also exactly 740 weeks, and Natalie Portman equals 740 in reverse primes. Oh, and then so the same span without the end date. So those are the span. Those are spans. The 740 and the 175, but it's actually 5,179 days. That's the 690th prime, and apocalypse equals 690, like the woman of the apocalypse. And so this is really interesting too. So you may or may not know that like before I was decoding, when I was like in college and stuff, I was on a collegiate dance team, like a hip hop team, and we actually did a V for Vendetta themed set. Like the team that I was on did a lot of themes and storylines. So we did a V for Vendetta set. I'm actually right there. We got second place here. And this was the date of the competition. This is just something I was trying to find an old flyer. I couldn't find it, so this is just something you kind of have to take my word on, and I'm not saying you have to, but I'm just telling you the truth. So this was the date of the competition, and when you go from the Berlin premiere to the competition where we did the set in 2 different competitions, and this was the first time. It was exactly 355 weeks, which is insane, because the phrase remember the 5th of November equals 355 in ordinal. So I don't know how that happened. I really have no idea. That is so mind-blowing to me. I have no idea how that happened. Now, this was a video that I made. This is when I was I pointed out how the event that happened in Cody's area the day before the anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign, and that 7-1 was, he was talking about it beforehand. So in Cody's town there was a southern Germany flood, which you can see here. It was on June 2nd, 2024, and for a few weeks, 7-1 and Cody were separately anticipating the date 6-2, which was interesting. And then this happened, but then I put the pieces together and I saw how it connected to this Revelation 12 sign. Like how 7-1 pointed out, it was the 255th anniversary, and so the day before, again, southern Germany flood, that equals 255, and it equals 955, and the Revelation 12 sign, the 255th anniversary was 90,550 days after the founding of the United States. So I'm going to show you what we saw this with rose equals 255, and I'm going to show you how this number is important, the 955. But before I do that, from that performance that I showed you here, I'll show you. Wait, let me show you the span first. Yeah, so from that performance to the night before the anniversary, it was exactly 138 months, like the 13:8 Venus to Earth ratio. I don't know how this stuff is happening, and I'm actually kind of like too drained to react. I did all my I don't know, dramatic freaking out earlier, and now I'm just trying to get through this. But yeah, I'll show you a little bit.
What we need right now is a clear message to the people of this country. I want this country to realize that the step of the
Evie, or Evie, that's Evie.
To remember why they need us.
And he's wearing the rose. Alright, I'm not gonna show you the whole thing, but yeah, that's just a little bit of it. So yeah, he's even wearing the rose, which is amazing. And again, I would not have made these connections without Cody. So thank you so much. That's just crazy to me. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, again, the 13:8 Earth to Venus to Earth ratio. Vendetta equals 955 in Latin. So that day, was 90,055 days after the founding of the United States. Well, the Revelation 12 sign, the anniversary of it. And then the day before, there's the Southern Germany flood, which equals 955. So that's just lined up perfect. And from this Berlin premiere, again, the Berlin premiere of V for Vendetta to the 255th anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign was 955 weeks exactly. Like, this is absolutely insane. This is absolutely insane. I guess I don't know. I guess since I'm just still new to decoding this, like I still don't know how to like stay composed with all these like crazy. It's just oh my god, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. (9:55 a.m.) It equates to 595 minutes. And this is interesting because of Sirius, the dog star. And this Sirius is known as the brightest star, so it has a very strong similarity to Venus, known as the bright and morning star. So in Greek, Sirius equals 595. So it's really interesting how there's this 955 connection, and there's a little bit more on the 955 that I learned from 7-1's videos. I wish I could get into it now, but maybe another time. But it's just really crazy. It has to do with like Revelation and all that. Oh, okay, so now when you go from the performance, when you go from this performance to the day that Cody's talking about the election, it is 4,357 days, and that is the 595th prime. Oh my god, like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. So this was the second time we performed the performance. This was the 18th annual Vibe Dance competition. 18. And in Cody's video, he showed you how Venus equals 18. So it was very interesting. And check this out. So I didn't even really want to, I was really hesitant about sharing this, but this is like really unbelievable too. So this was a nightmare to me, this performance, because there's a part I'm going to show you where I'm like, I have like a partner section, and I tripped on the girl's foot, and you can like, I'm like in the front row and you can see me fall. But when I catch myself right when I get back on track, it's right at 1 minute and 38 seconds. I kid you not. I'm gonna show you right now. Okay, so I'm right here. So I'm here with the girl in pink hair. So I'm about to fall right there. Well, no, not yet. I fell right there. So I caught up right there at 1:38. Okay, like, so I'm gonna show you that one more time, because I know a lot of things were going on, but dude, like, that's, I can't, like, and I was like, forever, I was like, why did that happen? Like, this was like one of the most important like times of my life, and I was so mad. I was so mad. And now I'm like looking back and I'm like, oh my god, like, this is why it happened. This is exactly why it happened. So I'll tell you when I fall again. There's not right there. That's on purpose. Right there. So it was like, yeah, it was like 1:38. Like, oh my god. And I think so. The girl, her name was Gina Hong, and I think I found a connection with her too. Yeah. She equals 355. Just like from the Berlin premiere to the first performance, the first time we did that performance, it was 355 weeks. So crazy, dude. Also, Natalie Portman, her name equals 316. Going back to the 1707, remember that number? So from 1707 to this performance, because this was on January 27th, 2013, and it was exactly 316 weeks. So with these, like, those two dates for those two performances, like I said, I couldn't find the flyers from back then, so you can take my word for it or not, but I'm telling you the truth, because I know that this is absolutely insane, and I'm sure, like, it seems like it'd be easy for me to just make that up just to fit this narrative, and I don't blame you for thinking that, because it's absolutely insane, but I'm telling you the truth. That's the date of the performance. and rows of Venus also equals 316 in the same cipher, and 138, just like how I caught up after falling at 138. And that's it. That's all I got. Just don't forget the most important part. Yeah, from 1377 to the release 3/17/2006 is my dad's birth in weeks, like perfect. My dad was born 1/1959, and when you go from 1/1959 to my birth, 1701 weeks. Unbelievable. This has been so hard. It's just hard. It's just hard. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much just for everyone who's there for me. Yeah, I just can't help I can't help it, I want to move on from these synchronicities, and I want to be able to just do normal decodes like I was before, but I don't know, now that I've just opened this, I thought I had already opened Pandora's box, but I had no idea. And now I've opened a brand new Pandora's box, and it's just I don't know, man. I'm just riding the wave and just taking every day, one day at a time. But no, this is not a small thing. I think everything that I've showed with the last video and then this one put together, I could really I feel like I could take this to a university or any professor, any pastor, and prove them wrong. Like anything that they had thought, whatever they were thinking about the world and how it works, all the stuff that all these things about my life can literally prove that, show absolute evidence of outside, an outside world, impacting our world. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. And it's God. I know it's God. So this is just proof of God. This is proof of God, there's no way it's not. And I really hope that you guys are keeping track of crazy things that happen to you guys too. There's no way that's just me, having crazy stuff like this. This is, I think this should literally be on the news or something. This is it's just, I don't know. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm tired. Thank you guys. Thanks to everybody who's watching this, and thanks again, Cody, for doing the V for Vendetta decode, and everyone who's just been part of my journey, teaching me, mentoring me, and everyone who's been supporting me, just in the comments and giving me great additions. Please keep it up. I I'm sorry, like I'm trying to, I do want to interact with you guys more. I'm doing a bad job of it, but um I promise, like, it means so much to me, and I'm gonna, I just need to slow down, take some time, and just designate time to just like, you know, talking to you guys and just getting to know you guys more and stuff. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.